Vinny Politan, great to have you with us tonight here on Closing Arguments. Big hour ahead, and there's a story brewing in reality television. Don't know if you're familiar with it, but they're calling it the Scandoval saga, and it's made its way from Bravo to Court TV. Vanderpump Rules star Raquel Leviss has filed for a temporary restraining order against another cast member, Scheana Shay. Now, Leviss claims that Shay punched her and shoved her into a brick wall in the early morning hours of March 2nd. Earlier that night, the two reality stars appeared together on a show that I've watched many times, Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen.
Who's the hotter Tom, Schwartz or Sandoval? 3, 2, 1.
Sandoval.
Oh, wow. You said it too.
Well, yeah.
Right.
In the request for the restraining order, Leviss wrote that Scheana pushed me against a brick wall, causing injury to the back of the head, and punched me in the face, causing an injury to my left eye. Currently, mutual friends and coworkers are telling me she doesn't regret the physical attack on me and would do it again if she found that further emotional distress was caused to our mutual friend. Raquel has been accused of having an affair with fellow Vanderpump Rules star Tom Sandoval, who has been in a 9-year relationship with Scheana Shay's best friend, Ariana Madix. A hearing is set for the restraining order case. It's set for March 29th, but the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 reunion is reportedly set to be shooting on the 23rd. So, where exactly are we in all of this? And is this real or is this just reality? Joining me tonight in Los Angeles, Scheana Shay's attorney, former federal prosecutor, friend of the show, Nima Romani. Nima, great to see you. First of all, is this all real? Is this all real or is this part of the reality show? What's going on here?
I wish this was fake, Vinny. This is very real. This is someone who has fabricated allegations, filed for this restraining order. Obviously, we know it's easy to get a temporary restraining order because the judge just hears one side of the story, but it's that permanent restraining order hearing where I'm going to show up, we're going to present both sides, the real evidence, and we'll see if Raquel is actually able to prove her allegations by clear and convincing evidence and get a permanent restraining order. Not going to happen, Vinny.
So, I mean, they know each other very well, right? Are they? Would you consider them friends or?
Oh, more than friends. I mean, this is someone who Scheana considered to be her little sister. They've been friends for years. Raquel actually lived in Scheana's home for 6 months when she was in between places. So, I mean, needless to say, Scheana feels betrayed, devastated that Raquel would do this to their mutual best friend, Ariana, number one, but then try to shift the blame from her own transgressions and try to blame Scheana. It just baffles the mind, and I got to tell you, Sheena's devastated.
Okay, let's keep this up for a second, because I'll try to explain who everyone is here, because I think I got it down, Nima. I think I got it down. So, Ariana and Tom have been an item for years, correct?
Correct, 9 years. That's
9 years.
You got there.
Scheana Shay and Ariana, best friends.
Yes.
Okay. But Scheana is in New York with Raquel. They're doing Andy Cohen's show. And that's when word of this affair came out. So the allegation, I guess, is that Scheana, on behalf of her friend Ariana, went after Raquel. And you're saying that did not happen?
Did not happen, Vinny. And the way she found out, the way this all came to light was there was this FaceTime screen recording between Raquel and Tom that Ariana happened to get a hold of, and that blew the whole affair up.
Okay. Do you have a copy of that to show us tonight?
I don't and I shouldn't because it is not safe for work, and you get the drift. So
Gotcha.
I don't think anyone should have a copy of that video.
Well described. Okay, I've got something I need to show you, though, here. I don't know if this looks so good for your client. This was a post, Scheana Shay's, your client's post on Instagram, and this is from the other side's court documents, okay? We could put it up on the screen. Do we have it? There it is. So on the bottom here, it looks like Sheena is telling her friend, I've always got your back. But then there's a punch emoji. Is that the smoking emoji? Is that an admission by your client that she would punch someone for her friend Ariana?
I like to think of that as a fist bump, Vinny, and not a punch. So we'll see how Raquel's lawyers handle that during cross-examination. But that's a fist pump. Sheena is not violent, wouldn't hurt a fly, much less her former best friend, Raquel.
All right, how is this going to go down inside the courtroom now? So is this the judge makes the decision here based upon the credibility of the witnesses?
That's absolutely right. So the witnesses will testify. It's essentially a mini trial. We're going to put on our case, and obviously the burden of proof is going to be on the petitioner, in this case Raquel. She has to meet that burden by clear and convincing evidence, not just a preponderance out here in California. So she's going to have to present her case and her story, and we'll see who the judge sides with. I'm confident it's going to be Sheena, Vinny.
Well, in the meantime, they've got some shows that they're supposed to record, or can they be on the show together at this point?
It can't. As the order currently stands, Sheena has to stay 100 yards away from Raquel. So that's a pretty significant distance, and they can't communicate with one another, either directly or indirectly through an intermediary. So I'm certainly not an executive at Bravo or a producer, so I don't know how they're going to navigate through this, but I can tell you that Sheena is a law-abiding citizen, and she intends to fully comply with his temporary restraining order until we have that hearing on the 29th.
What do you think of this photo? I mean, this is the victim, right? This is Raquel?
This is the photos of Raquel, but I can tell you that these dark circles under her eyes have existed for months. You check out social media. This is how her eye looks. She has
I see a
that
cut by the
discoloration.
eyebrow. Nima, I see a little cut by the eyebrow. What's that?
You got to ask Raquel about that, Vinny. Let's
Okay.
get the lawyer on the show, see if she can explain that away. But I can
Okay.
tell you about those dark circles. They've been there for months.
Okay, and we know Amber Heard had a bunch of pictures, and people didn't buy what was going on there. Let's see. I have one more important question for you here. Kind of hits home. This is California. I know cameras are permitted. Are they permitted in this courtroom?
Hopefully, I would love for Court TV to be there and watch this live so the whole world can see that.
You're that confident.
I'm that confident, Vinny. I'm that confident. Bring it. I'm excited. You know me, I'm a former prosecutor. I rarely take defense cases. This is a righteous case by someone who's been wronged. For once, I'm going to be on the defense side. This is the first time in all the years I do Court TV with you every week. This is going to be a winning defense case, Vinny.
All right. Well, you know what I have to do now, Nima? It's time to bring in the rest of our think tank. Joining us tonight in Atlanta, Georgia, criminal defense attorney Eklund Mercy, and in Phoenix, Arizona, criminal defense attorney Kirk Nurmi, who represented Jodi Arias. And, of course, you've got to check out his Trapped with Miss Arias series of books. All right. Listen, Eklund, Kirk, Nima's going to the dark side. So
the right side, right side.
Eklund, you give him a little bit of advice. I'll give you go first.
Well, for a temporary protective order, Nima did say it's clear and convincing evidence. However, just based off of the facts that you provided, you need to show that the plaintiff has been in fear of her life, that she is in fear of her life, and that this fear will continue if this TPO does not get granted. So it's going to be up to the petitioner to really bring up the evidence. Now, here's how here's how I would do it, is essentially just make sure, like, if she hadn't canceled any engagements afterwards, that means you're not in fear. If you're going to a reunion show afterwards, you're not probably in fear. If you're still keeping your contracts afterwards, you're not in fear. If you're still going, you're not in fear. And I don't know about judges in California, but judges in Georgia, a minor cut does not mean fear. It means that you got caught, and a fray means both people are fighting. So if people are fighting, it's not a reason for a temporary protective order. It's two people fighting.
All right. I was looking for some more practical advice, Kirk, like which side of the courtroom do you stand on? Do you, no, I'm only kidding. But do you wear a pinky ring? Do you have to go to a pocket square? What do you have to do when you go to the other side there, Kirk?
Look, Nima's got it down pretty good. I felt so proud listening to him say things like fabricated evidence and burden of proof and things like that. Man, it made me so proud. It's like he's been listening over this past year or so. But he's got to throw some more terms in there, like exculpatory evidence. That's going to be one he's going to need to use. Look, there's lots of exculpatory evidence. There's no proof that this ever took place. And he's got the photos and he's got a case to put forward to say, listen, there's no proof. And I love what he said about transgression. She's covering for her own transgression. Tell a story. The judge is going to want to hear a story too, just like a juror. So he can go back in there and say, listen, she's covering for her own transgressions. There's plenty of exculpatory evidence that shows that that the burden hasn't been met, Your Honor. I'm going to walk out of here whether he's got a pinky ring on or not. He's going to smile to all of us on court TV, and we're going to be applauding him from afar.
Well, you know what else you have to do, Nima? You've got to bring in another member of your team, and you've got to cross-examine and attack your client to prepare her for what's going to happen. She thinks the throwdowns on Vanderpump Rules are rough. I mean, cross-examination can be rough, right, Nima?
Of course, but she's ready. She's a fighter. She's willing to go all the way. And
well, I wouldn't use that word though. I wouldn't call her a fighter. Right, Kirk? Wouldn't you call her a fighter?
No, I wouldn't use those words. He's got to work on his terms a little bit. Maybe he needs to call me.
Yeah. She firmly believes in our system of justice and that it's being abused by someone to cover up her affair. So she's not one to stand down. By the way, to stand down, you're talking about Raquel, who's got 5-6 inches on her as well. So anyone who's been following the show knows that Sheena's peaceful and a lot smaller than the purported victim here.
Eklund, would you ask the judge to allow the two parties to stand next to each other without their heels on to see who's bigger than who?
Yeah, I don't know if it's relevant because it's just a minor cut. The person for me,
I think the person who cut her eye was 5'2". I think the person was 5'2".
I personally don't think Nima's client should say anything. The burden of proof is on the plaintiff, and based off of what you've provided, I don't think they have anything. So I think that the plaintiff needs to be really, really prepared to get gutted because they have the burden of proof.
Nima, again, what's the date that all this is happening?
March 29th, Vinny. Let's get those court TV cameras in the courtroom. Let's expose Raquel and have the whole world see who the real truth teller is here, and that's going to be Sheena Shea.
I'm texting our people right now because we want to be in there. We have to see this for many reasons, including we want to see Nima Rahmani crossing over to the dark side. All right. Good luck with the case. I don't know what the facts are. I'm going to judge it based upon the testimony that I see and hear inside that courtroom.